Well, we've got another one of those fantastic spring days in Finland, and these colours sum it up for me. You know, you've got this deep blue of the sky and the green of the pine trees. And last night we had an amazing display of the Northern Lights. Anyway, I'm not here to talk about stuff like that. I'm here to talk about peak gaslighting. And gaslighting, it's a technique whereby you try to get somebody else to doubt their own sanity, and you do that by trying to convince them that things that happened didn't happen, or vice versa. Things that never happened did happen. Two classic examples of it from that I've seen on UK news. So the first one is this reporting from the World Health Organization, and they've said that children don't need to go to the Britney Spears concerts. And what's interesting about this is that in these articles, there's no reference at all to the fact that um, the National Health Service, official UK government advice, not so long ago, was strongly advising parents to take their kids along to the Britney Spears and the Boosters concerts. So that's just, for me, it's a clear example of gaslighting, and it is going to cause mental anguish, because I think for many parents, some of them, yes, they did. It was almost like that ice bucket challenge. I remember at the time about this time last year, wasn't it? Where there was like a craze where parents were sort of encouraged to go and get their kids, take them to the Britney Spears so that they could go on their holidays to Rome or wherever, somewhere in the Mediterranean. So these parents now be thinking, well, or the other one was to save Granny, of course, wasn't it? You have to go and take your kids to the Britney Spears and have them boosted with the never tried before substance, even though your kids are at no risk of the deadly divok, the thing that nobody's ever seen. To save Grandma. So now they're telling parents, oh, well, now now you shouldn't take your kids to the Britney Spears, and of course it's all too late now. And I think for many of these parents themselves, they actually know that there are problems with these Britney Spears and the Boosters, and they've done it to their own kids, haven't they? And again, I go back to, I've said this before, the Bible's very, very clear on this about what God thinks of those who harm children, let alone parents who harm their own children. So I can understand this causing a lot of mental anguish for many parents who obeyed, and they were a bit stupid, weren't they? But it's all a bit too late for them now. And then the second bit of gaslighting that I saw was on Sky News, and they had this interview with this GP, and he said that 6 out of 10, 60%, 6 out of 10 people, adults in the UK, now report that they're suffering from brain fog. In other words, they're not able to concentrate, think straight, and this tallies with a lot of people reporting anecdotes of bad driving and people making uncharacteristic errors caused by this brain fog. So, and this GP was saying it was down to long divok. No mention of a possible effect of going to the Britney Spears and the Boosters concerts. And I put it to these people that maybe there is no such thing as long divok, and maybe it's actually down to a side effect of going to the Britney Spears and the Boosters concerts. So yeah, summing all of this up, what do I think about it? I'm not laughing at this. Is not Schadenfreude. I'm not laughing at these people's misfortunes because it will also affect us too. And I think what you're going to see is more strange behaviour from people who are suffering from mental health problems. Maybe this is partially explains some of the brain fog too. Maybe it's a combination of the Britney Spears and the mental health strains um, associated with being gaslit. So yeah, I feel sorry for these people, and there's not really any way of going back. But we just have to be wary in our own interactions with these people. We have to be very, very careful and have some sympathy with them, but just be careful in our because they're unstable. Basically, that's the point I suppose I'm getting to, is that these people are unstable. So just been on a lovely long bike ride. So yeah, enjoy the weekend. Hyvää viikonloppua, as they say in Finland. So God bless.